Hey everybody, we are in a terrifying Animal Crossing town. I'm here with Brennan. My name is Sam.
Hey.
We're going to be showing you a town called Aika.
Aika Village, if my Japanese is correct, then maybe.
Yeah, so you can get here with the Dream Suite in Animal Crossing New Leaf, which is a place, if you haven't used it, that you can unlock eventually from playing Animal Crossing for a while. I think you play it for a couple weeks, and you can build this in your town. Basically, you can go to other people's towns, and you can't bring stuff home, you can't take stuff with you, but you can explore them.
Look at this place. Just when you wake up, this ground
is the weird one. Yeah, this town is kind of like loosely based on like Japanese horror movie tropes, I would say.
It kind of messes with what you can do in an Animal Crossing town. So there's also like a narrative. Like right now in this first area, it's all nice and it looks pretty. And, like there's flowers and kind of weird statues. And then you get all the way to the left here. There's a grave down there. Why is there a grave?
Yeah, that's on one of these.
Why has someone been murdered in this place?
It's like on a little island that you can't reach without a wetsuit.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
There may be a wetsuit somewhere in this dream town. I haven't found it.
It would have to be buried in the ground.
Probably. You can get a shovel from Lloyd.
You can't bring tools or wetsuits or anything with you.
You can get a shovel from Lloyd, but you can't get a wetsuit.
So, yeah, so you'll notice also this is always set at nighttime. It's always
in the fall.
It's always in the fall, and that helps make the town look a little bit muddier and grosser later on.
And now we're in this weird, like, pitfall. Oh, I just found the pitfall. Pitfall zone that kind of leads you in a certain path. So it's kind of directing you towards the second of the villagers' towns.
Like you can only go you can go to these houses in a particular order, and there's an actual like little like
there's a
strange
story
narrative, yeah, that you can follow by going to them. And so the bushes kind of direct you to that.
Yeah, and there's another cemetery which is Zelda style. Yeah, Zelda style. And they're all full of dog houses. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, there's like a little dig spot in front of each one. You can dig them up in the dog houses.
And see, now that the terrain has gotten a little shadier, there's weeds, there's broken trees. She's screaming something at me. I don't even know.
Yeah. So you can see there's these trees were made from perfect fruit trees, which you can only shake down the fruit from a few times before they go barren. And then there's like
turnips everywhere.
Yeah, there's garbage on the ground. There's weeds, and it's all muddy because it's fall. It's so cool. It's such a cool like haunted house feel. So this is the and the villagers all look the same, right? So they're all
they're all dressed the same. So they're all that's one character from the story that this is trying to tell.
Okay.
So let's go to the first house.
Another dumpy beach down there.
Dumpy beach. Let's go to the first house now, which sets the story when it's kind of a unsettling but quaint look.
Yeah, I never thought of these mannequins, which, by the way, you can get from the Able sisters if you just talk to them a lot, essentially. There's a couple ways to get mannequins, but I never thought of them as unsettling. But they start becoming unsettling here.
Yeah, you can see how the villager has the same clothes as the mannequin, kind of saying like, oh, it's her birthday, and she's getting a present with her parents, and you can't get back there for some reason.
And we're not going to, like, show you some of the later stuff in the kind of the narrative, so you can go check this out yourself. And by the way, we're going to put the dream code number up for you guys to be able to go here really easily.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description for you.
Later on, you can come back to this you go to a different house. It's built exactly the same as this house, but you can get in the back room.
And here we have the upstairs with these little creepy hand-drawn portraits and a really creepy red doll that will be appearing quite a lot in this town. Even if you go to some of the villagers in the town that aren't affected by this narrative, you think, how can you affect, like, an evil villager?
Yeah.
Well, they've been mailing little red dolls to all the villagers, so they're in all the houses, and it gets really creepy.
If you mail an animal something like a seashell, they have to replace a piece of furniture eventually if you just fill their house with them.
Here we are in the second of the houses, which has a little more of an adventure game vibe, where there's these black objects on the ground, and you can't really see them on your 3DS, so it makes the whole, like, you have to use the stools to get across the room. Otherwise,
right. So basically, there's something on your DS. You cannot see this. You can see this on your computer, but like there are things blocking your path, and you have to carefully make your way through this room.
So it becomes this whole little game of how do I get across and what's blocking my path. We'll skip forward a little bit so you aren't seeing this dude for like 5 minutes straight. Yeah. So this is at the very end of the hall, where we come to this very silent, creepy room with all these dolls looking
What's
away
the gnome
from you.
looking at, Brendan?
I don't know.
What's the gnome looking at?
What is the gnome looking away from? Let's find that one out. No.
All right.
Just no.
And here we go.
No.
Emotion. You ready for it? Wait for it. Yeah, okay. Wait for the surprise.
We are out of here. Let's check what was downstairs in the basement.
What was that emotion?
That was the shocked.
Okay, shocked
emotion. I've got a little more shocks here. I mean,
we got some fruitcake.
I'm not a fan of dolls. I'll tell you that right now.
It's a doll party.
And a doll birthday party is not something I want to be a part of.
Right.
It just, even in looks happy, you can find that this doll has an axe behind it.
There's an axe on the ground.
So,
I never thought of that axe as threatening in any way. Okay, thank you for that. Never thought of the axe as threatening in any way until you see it in a room full of dolls having a tea party.
Yeah. So let's go to the top floor.
This is a weird one. This is like Adam and Eve kind of themed.
I don't know what it's trying to tell me here.
I mean, that's what it is, but I just don't see how that's horrific or scary in any way.
Yeah, there's something of like the fall from grace or something with this town.
That's a perfect apple, by the way.
Perfect apple.
Yeah, I think we were talking earlier. We only have perfect oranges in our town. You can only grow the perfect fruit from your own town in your town, which is a bummer. So I can never have perfect apples.
Yeah, same here. So let's go over to the third house, and we'll end in this third house so you can discover the rest on your own.
Mm-hmm. This is by far my favorite house.
Yeah, that you never want to walk into a house and see a doll with an axe staring back at
I
you.
didn't realize before. This is the main living room area. I think that's funny.
Yeah. So now this hole is like a labyrinth of books.
Yeah, these giant bookshelves, and you can see they're like pushed together to make this maze, and like that's so clever. It's another way to like manipulate people.
There's no music. There's a creaking going on. As you go further into the building, you hear this ominous noise. It's actually a theremin in the corner that changes pitch whenever you get closer to it.
The classic electronic instrument, the theremin. You can buy one in the game, and it actually is affected by your position in a house, which is kind of cool.
And you can see there's the creepy porch that made a return from the sister.
And if you're going to get a haunted house creaking sound, you can get the little dipper bird there in your house. That's
perfect creepy noise. Nope, there's a little black doll. So we're not going to show you what happens next. You can go visit the town for yourself.
Please do check out the code, and also check out more of our Animal Crossing town visits here on IGN.com. Thanks for watching.